Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Rockets have traded David Roddy to the Atlanta Hawks, which what this now means is the Rockets now have two-way contract spots open. I would keep an eye out on Cam Matthews. He's an undrafted free agent that the Rockets signed. At the time, I didn't really think too much of it, but Jack McVay is a free agent, unrestricted free agent. The Rockets declined to take his qualifying offer that would have made him a restricted free agent, which means most likely he's not returned to the Rockets. Nate Williams is no longer on a two-way deal. He's on a standard deal for the Rockets now. And then you've got now David Roddy, who's been traded to the Atlanta Hawks. The Rockets have only one guy that you look at that's going to be a guy that is a two-way player for the Rockets, and that's N'Faly Dante. There's two two-way spots open for the Rockets, and that's why I think it'll be more interesting to watch the Rockets during the Summer League. This was supposed to be a guy that was going to play for the Rockets in the Summer League, David Roddy, one of their two-way contract players. He came in, and his numbers weren't bad with the Rockets because, you'd think they'd be terrible. He's a two-way contract player, but he did get to play in the last 3 games. The Rockets started resting their starters. They had the 2 games in Los Angeles against the Lakers and Clippers where their starters didn't play. And then they had the final game of the season against the Nuggets. Their starters did play the first half but didn't really play the second half. So he got good minutes, solid minutes in those games. He got a total of 35 minutes with the Rockets in the last 3 games of the season. He played 24 minutes in the Los Angeles Lakers game. But 4.3 points per game with the Rockets, 3 games. He averaged 6 points per game and 3 rebounds per game with the 76ers. And then the funny thing about this deal, I think this is hilarious. Played with the Atlanta Hawks, averaged 5 points per game, 3 rebounds per game with them. He did really well with the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2023-24 season, averaging 8.4 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. But I think the most hilarious thing of this trade is that why are you wondering why the Hawks involved in this deal? Why the Hawks involved and why are they getting David Roddy? That is because they made a deal with the Rockets in the Clint Capella sign and trade. Now the Rockets and the Hawks are making history. They are a part of the 2 biggest trades in NBA history. The Rockets and Hawks are part of the largest trade in NBA history with teams. This is the first 7-team trade. This is the largest trade in history of teams. But also, the Rockets and Hawks were part of a deal with the Timberwolves and other teams in the 2019-20 season, which is the largest trade we've ever seen involving players, the largest player trade. And the funny thing is Clint Capella is involved in both those deals. The Rockets, in the largest player trade of NBA history, where it was in the 2019-20 season, the Rockets sent Clint Capella to the Hawks. Now, 5 years later, in the largest team trade in history, the Atlanta Hawks are sending Clint Capella back to the Rockets. But you look at the Rockets and Hawks part of this deal, and the hilarious thing is what the Rockets and Hawks are giving to each other. The Rockets get from the Hawks Clint Capella, a former Rocket. The Hawks get from the Rockets David Roddy, a former Hawk, which is hilarious. But the Hawks are alongside Roddy getting cash and a second-round pick swap. The Rockets are getting KD and Clint Capella. The Brooklyn Nets are getting 2 second-round picks. The Lakers are getting the draft rights to Thyro from Arkansas. Minnesota's getting the draft rights to Rocco Zakarsky, 2 seconds in cash. The Suns got the most assets in this deal, getting Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, draft rights to Kaman Malak, draft rights to Rasheer Fleming, draft rights to Kobe Brea, draft rights to Quan Plowden, and a second-round pick. So it's a huge trade. We knew a lot of and this is another crazy thing with the David Roddy part of this thing. We knew all the details. David Roddy was the only detail that was surprising. Like all the parts of this deal that you are seeing that I just talked about, everybody knew about those details of the trade besides David Roddy. It was someone that was not supposed to be in this deal, was not expected to be in this deal, but he was. Let me know your thoughts on the trade for the Rockets, Hawks, and all the other teams that are involved in this deal. It's a video. If you guys enjoyed it, peace out. Go Rockets.